Hello YouTube, back again. Hopefully this doesn't take that long, but the way it looks, we're gonna span maybe, I don't know, three videos again. I'm hoping I can do this in maybe two, but anyways, let's go get through it. This is the core of my PS2 games, non-dumpster finds, just PS2 games that I pretty much purchased before I started all this. Starts with Arcana Heart. Not too bad of a game. It's a fighter. Mostly it's a chick-based fighter. Before that crappy Skullgirls game, they had Arcana Heart. Oh, they also had Gauss fighters on the, how do you call that one thing? On the Neo Geo Pocket Color, which was actually pretty cool. Tongue-tied. Art of Fighting Anthology with Art of Fighting 1, 2, and 3. That's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about going, unless you want to be the ultimate collector and go and get all 3 separate games. You don't have to do that. You can just pick up that. Remember I said I was a huge fan of the Battle Assault games. Battle Assault 3 featuring Gundam Seed. It's pretty much nothing but a Gundam Seed game. They have maybe four mobile suits that are non Gundam Seed, which consist of, if I remember correctly, the Master Gundam with Master Asia, the Burning Gundam with Domin Kashu. The other two had to have been, if I remember, it was Hiroyui and his Wing Zero, and if I remember correctly, the last one was not the Ultron Gundam, but the Nataku with Chang Wufei. That's if I remember correctly. I know 3 of those are correct. Bloody Roar 3. Seems like these days that Bloody Roar is getting really hard to find, but yeah. There's 3. That was back when EB Games was still around. I pulled this one online, off of eBay. I know there's no way in hell I would have found it at GameStop or EB Games or anywhere like that. Bloody Roar 4. I like the Bloody Roar games. It's pretty cool. They start out normal and then you can push a button and boom, they become a beast. I wish they would have kept up with the series. This game kind of sucked. Wasn't that great. But Capcom Fighting Evolution. What they did was they took fighters from these 3 games, mostly Street Fighter games. See, Street Fighter, they got like 4 characters from Street Fighter Alpha, 4 from Street Fighter 2, and 4 from Street Fighter 3, 4 from Darkstalkers, and 4 from Red Earth. You get Ron or some shit like that, if I remember his name correctly. Pyron. He's a big boss from Darkstalkers and from Street Fighter. Actually, they didn't just take any Akuma. They were I guess it was supposed to be from Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter Alpha. They were supposed to take Akuma, but Akuma ended up becoming the Akuma that you see in the Capcom vs. SNK games, the Orochi possessed Akuma. Plus, they debuted a new character in this game named Ingrid, who I didn't think was all that great of a character. Apparently, she knows about Bison. Whoop-de-doo. Anyways, Capcom vs. SNK 2. My first ever PlayStation 2 game. The crazy thing about this game is I worked at Walmart and this was the only copy they had. When I first started working there, I went back to the electronics for 2 weeks straight until payday, hoping that game was still there. Lucked out, because it was still there. Luckily, now I have this. I mean, you can still find it. You can find it cheaper on Xbox and GameCube, I believe, but that's the EO version. Probably pay about $5 for it. But the PlayStation copy, And for from 20 to 40 bucks used. We have a DOA 2 Hardcore, which actually isn't a bad game either. That's like, actually, I think that's the only dead or alive game that made it to PlayStation, since it's pretty much Xbox exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Fun game when you're a little younger, but the Budokai series kind of sucks. Except for 3, I think it was. There's 2. I also have 3. Then the Tenkaichi series, but really, I think the first Tenkaichi was better than the next 2. There's 2 and 3. And then to go out for PlayStation 2, the last and final Dragon Ball Z game, Infinite World, sucked ass. Worst game they made. Oh well, not all the games can be good, right? Speaking of bad, Sagas really sucked ass. Could have been a better game, but what can you do? And like I've always said, my all-time favorite series possibly, behind Metroid anyways, until they fucked it up by turning first-person shooter, we got Dynasty Warriors with 2. 2 is when they went from becoming a fighter to the hack and slash we all know and love these days. Although I wouldn't mind them if they made it into a fighter again. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be alright with that. Dynasty Warriors 3 with Lu Bu, the greatest of all time. Well, the greatest warrior that ever lived. Again with the Extreme Legends copy of 3. Actually, Extreme Legends had to have been my favorite of the Dynasty Warriors games. There's Dynasty Warriors 4. And my first Dynasty Warriors game had to have been Empires. Okay, we got Extreme Legends, Dynasty Warriors 4. Yep, like I said, I'm a huge Dynasty Warriors fan. Okay, we got Dynasty Warriors 5. Yeah, the same game I have for PlayStation already, but you can never have, I mean for Xbox, but you know, you can never have too much Dynasty Warriors, especially when you like going after all the weapons. There's Empires 5, Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires. Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. Disappointed because they only went up to 4 weapons. They didn't go to the normal 5th weapon like you saw in Dynasty Warriors 3 and 4 Extreme Legends. Dynasty Warriors 6. Okay, here's another one. Fatal Fury Battle Archives. I like these. Because look at there, you got 4 Fatal Fury games. Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, which is actually an additional 2. This time around you get to use all the bosses, plus Geese Howard. And Fatal Fury 3. Okay, now another one. Fatal Fury Battle Archives 2. You got Real Bout Special, and Real Bout 2. Real Bout had to have been the best out of all the series, out of all of Fatal Fury. Okay, we got Genji, Dawn of the Samurai. Actually, this is turned around inside out. But there's that. And the actual back. Pretty sweet thing is that Yoshitsune and Benkei eventually made it into the Warriors Orochi games, which was actually pretty sweet. Okay, Guilty Gear Suka. This one's actually a pretty hard to find game too. Guilty Gear X. The reason a lot of these games actually, the way I see it, is a lot of these games become extremely rare is the fact that GameStop just throws them out. Think, you know, limit the cop, you start throwing out games, throwing them in the trash, and boom, it starts making it even more harder to find. This is another one that's kind of hard to find too. Guilty Gear X2 for the PlayStation 2. Okay, we got Guilty Gear XX Action Core for the PlayStation 2. Like I said, I'm a pretty big Guilty Gear fan. Here we got Guilty Gear XX2 Action Core Plus. This one came with the bonus disc. I don't think I have. Yeah, I do have the bonus disc in there too. The game and bonus disc. That's just a soundtrack. The soundtrack sucks. It only has each character's sound, theme song, not like extra shit like, you know, the versus battles and all that. Hot Shots Golf, King of Fighters 98, the Ultimate Match. I think this one came with the bonus disc too. Yeah, and there's the game itself, the bonus disc with wallpapers and trailers and all that garbage that you don't really need. And come with the poster. Okay, King of Fighters 2000 and 2001. Okay, and we got King of Fighters 2002 and 2003. King of Fighters 2006, another one of my favorites. Actually known as Maximum Impact 2 in Japan. It actually came with a bonus disc too with the King of Fighters mini-series Another Day. King of Fighters 11. This is where they went from naming it as yearly, you know, like 95, 96, 97, stuff like this. They went straight to, from 2001, 2003, they went straight to 11. The next one over was called 11. There's a King of Fighters collection, or the Orochi Saga. Same as I mentioned in my, how do you call it, in my PSP video. It's the same copy. You know, Japan got only 95, 96, 97. We got 98, 4 through 98 in one disc. Sucks to be Japan. Finally got something cooler than them for once. When it comes to King of Fighters, there's a Maximum Impact 1 with the bonus disc. I didn't get it. I don't have the actual, you know, came put in a box. I don't have the box. Plus it came with the Terry hat, which I kind of missed out on too. One of the most overrated games of all time. Nowadays you can find it for less than $70. You can find it for about $20 nowadays. But it's still a piece of shit. As we all know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Not worth it. Funny how GameStop limited their collection, their collector's edition, premium editions for Mortal Kombat games when you could go to Best Buy, and Best Buy had shitloads of them. They had their own version though, but here it is, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Probably one of the worst Mortal Kombats they ever created, but you know, pretty cool that GameStop had tons of these. That wouldn't have to worry about those idiots at GameStop. Best Buy anyways. Best Buy had tons of them. Came with this cell of Sindel and, well, the cover art was Sindel and Shao Kahn. Haven't broke the seal to it, so I'm not about to. So just deal with it there. Complete. Oh, I better cut this video off now. It's getting too far, as I knew I was gonna have to do at least 2 videos anyways. I'll be